Are you sure that we are talking about the same EA? This is Electronic Arts we're talking about, right? Since when have they ever promised no loot boxes and no microtransactions? Call me paranoid, but I think they're lying. Or at least there is the possibility that they may be lying. In fact, I think Squirrel has the right idea.
Lies! Deceptions!
With EA, it has always been those two words. In fact, those two words pretty much describe their so-called moral compass. EA are the culprits behind video games using loot boxes. And, well, if you all remember some of their other games like Battlefield 1 and Star Wars Battlefront 2, they used loot boxes. And, loot boxes combined with microtransactions. And it has upset a lot of people. And EA was always so stubborn to not take those down from the video games. In fact, they got caught red-handed with FIFA 2019. In fact, they tried to fight off a lawsuit regarding the loot boxes and microtransactions that they had put in that game. And then a few months later, they apologized for it and took it all down. Knowing EA, they're not sorry for what they did. They're only sorry that they got caught doing it. And they don't care about the consumers. They only care about the investors. Which is one of the reasons why I'm finding their promises about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order hard to believe. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who finds it hard to believe.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Now, I get the fact that this game is being made by this developer company called Respawn Entertainment, who are responsible for the making of Titanfall 2. A good game. I did enjoy it, although I wish they could have made the single-player campaign a bit longer. But yeah, that was a good game. A good game indeed. However, the publisher, that is whom we should be very wary about. And who's the publisher? EA. Now, let's look up EA's history, shall we? They have been known to push developers to the brink of bankruptcy. Okay, in fact, some time ago, they shut down one of their developers, Visceral Games. Yeah, with them shut down, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be getting a Dead Space 4. Pity. And, and we all know about BioWare's latest game, Anthem. A very troubled development history that game had. In fact, that game was so badly downgraded upon release. Oh, and it had microtransactions. Yeah, the game has microtransactions. As if some of us did not see that coming. The other thing that EA is known for is whenever they get in trouble over a video game that comes out as in terrible condition, what they do is that they would point fingers at the developer and they would say, "Oh, no, don't blame us, blame the developer. We're not the ones who made the game, they are." Oh, really? Then, let's see, who pushed the developer into making the game faster? Who pushed their development speed? And who published the game? Who released it? Therefore, EA is as equally responsible as their developers. Yeah, I do believe there was a line from The Matrix that said, if the employee has a problem, the company has a problem. And, you see, the thing about many of the gamers saying that the game is terrible and all that, and that EA are the ones to blame, well, every company has a certain rule, a certain guideline to follow. It says, the customer is always right. If they say the game is terrible because of EA's malpractices towards some of the developers, then maybe they're right. The customer is always right. Okay, repeat after me, EA. The customer is always right. Now, I don't believe EA, but let's say hypothetically they're telling the truth about no loot boxes, no microtransactions, and no multiplayer. They would probably be doing all that because they don't want another Star Wars game to suffer from a lawsuit. Well, I think even without that, the game will still suffer from a lawsuit because it's Star Wars. According to today's generation, it is one of the most controversial franchises to date. Yeah, with all the controversies and everything, many of the Star Wars fans are acting as if they're all suffering from dual personality disorder. I don't even know where to begin on that note. In fact, there were even some gamers defending the loot boxes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. What kind of idiot defends loot boxes?
The dark side of the Force has clouded their vision, my friend.
Actually, yeah, that about sums it up. I want to give this game a chance. Okay, I really do want to give it a chance, but what if it turns out to be another one of EA's schemes? And you can expect a few things to go wrong with this game. Like, for example, is it really not going to have loot boxes, microtransactions, as well as no multiplayer? Or is it all falsely advertised? Okay, is the game being falsely advertised? Because this would not be the only one of EA's Star Wars games to have ever been falsely advertised. If you all remember how falsely advertised Battlefront 2 was, then you would know that EA is not very honest. In fact, they even tried to justify their false advertisement for Anthem as not false advertisement. Yeah, look that one up. It's, I laughed so hard at that. Is the game going to be too short or too long? Again, looking back at EA's track record, Battlefield 1, 4 hours. Titanfall 2, 4 hours and 30 minutes. Battlefront 2, 4 hours. Are you getting me so far? And what kind of game are we expecting? I mean, really, what are we expecting? They haven't shown us the gameplay. I guess we won't know until later. There is only one way to find out if EA is telling the truth or not. Unfortunately, we are not going to know the truth until November 15th, which is when Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order comes out. So it's going to be a very long interrogation, I'm afraid. Well, thank you all for watching, and please, in the comments below, do let me know your thoughts about EA's so-called no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and no multiplayer promise. Let me know what your thoughts are about those. Please, any thoughts, whether it's doubts, agreements, disagreements, I don't care. Just please, I would like to hear everyone else's opinion about the matter. And as always, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Bye!